Hey everybody, it's Murphy Gray Hunter, and it is Saturday night still. Again, I keep telling you I'm going to tell you the date, and I keep forgetting. It's March 4th, about 9:30 in the evening. The reason why I tell you all the dates and times is because I never know when I'm going to post this, because you guys know how my signal is. So I always give you all the date and time. That way, when you're watching the video, you can go, oh, like this is a week old, or this was yesterday, whatever, you know. Anyway, this video is an update on my Grandmother's Book of Shadows Part 2. Okay, so to do a short recap for people who are just clicking on this and don't really know what's going on. If you go through by the videos, you'll see how I'm talking about the original video talking about my grandmother's Book of Shadows and how my grandmother passed away. The house that she's in, my aunt has been living there with her husband, and she has a Book of Shadows. And even though she has been claiming that she has no idea what I'm talking about, she claims that she threw everything in the garbage, you know, pertaining to my grandmother and witchcraft, because she said all that stuff scared her. It smells so good. That all that stuff scared her, and so she said she threw everything away, and that she would look for, you know, whatever was left over. Anyway, turned out that she was lying, and she has my grandmother's Book of Shadows all this time, and I don't know. I had this last update that I posted. I talked about how a good friend of mine talked about how she did a reading for me and told me that the book, and I hadn't even mentioned anything about the book, so she brought it up and kind of told me this is something that has been bothering me. And she told me that the book was no longer what I remembered it to be. She has taken the book and she has torn it apart and disassembled it, and because she was embarrassed about what her mother did, and so the book is no longer, you know, what I remembered it to be, and all this and that. So I have let the book go, and so I've let the idea of me getting the book. I just let it go, because at this point, I mean, what's the use? I figured that I'm going to go ahead and start the legacy with myself, and that's what I'm going to do with my Book of Shadows for my daughters and for their daughters, and on and on. So anyway, so today is Saturday, so last Monday, I found out from my mother that my aunt, who has the book, is dying. She has cancer. She has stage 4 cancer. And my aunt has been an alcoholic for many years. And I think she has some type of liver disease, and she's been in and out of the hospital because of that. And I had no idea that she had cancer. She's been in the hospital, and they told her that my mother doesn't know exactly, but basically, I hate that filler word, but basically, whatever it is that she needs to do chemotherapy, her body is no longer producing it because of her liver damage. So she cannot do chemotherapy. Is not an option for her. The doctor told her that the cancer that she has is untreatable at this point. And so as of, this was on Monday when she told me. On Wednesday, I was told that she was sent home. She was sent home because they were giving her less than 2 weeks to live. And you know, I feel I have to make another video talking about you know, my whole ordeal with cancer, but I never anticipated, I shouldn't say anticipated. Okay, like all this time I've been really angry at her because, you know, of the way that she had been lying to me, and because she has a book and everything, and, you know, all this time I was upset with her. And I never wished her well, but I never wished her harm either. You know what I mean? And so I feel really bad. I feel really, really bad that this is happening to her. Because no matter what was said or what was done, or nobody deserves that. You know, nobody deserves that at all. Nobody deserves to suffer. And she's completely out of it, I think, because she's on so much pain medication, because the cancer is all throughout her abdomen, and it's kind of spread throughout her liver and some other places. And like I said, I don't know all the details, but I just know that she is in pain and she doesn't feel well, and, you know, obviously she's dying, you know, in, you know, less than 2 weeks. So she was sent home. And from what I hear also, that is, she doesn't know that she's dying. She thinks that she's being sent home to wait for surgery in 2 weeks. She has no idea that she was just given 2 weeks left. And so, I mean, I don't even understand, like, I feel really bad, guys. I feel really, really bad. Because all this time I've just been really mad at her. And now, you know, she's dying. And I feel so bad. And, anyway, so my sister said that she's going to go and see her on this Monday. So today we're Saturday. So on Monday. She's going over there because my brother is in town, and they're going to have like a lunch out in Lockhart. Lockhart is they have a place there called Kreitz Barbecue, and it's like really well known, and it's, you know, it's supposed to be like a really great barbecue place. I never I have such a headache. I never liked that barbecue place. Even when I used to eat meat back in the day, I never I think they're really famous for their sausage. I've never liked sausage. Never, 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 ever. But I used to love brisket, and even though it smells amazing in there, it just tastes gross to me. And they don't give you like any paper plates. They just give you like a sheet of paper towel, you know, like that, like the butcher block paper. That's what they give you. And there's no utensils. There's no barbecue sauce, you know. So, and everything, you pay for everything, like pickles and onions and avocado and cheese and you know, so, I don't really care for it. But anyway, they're going to go there, and have a lunch on Monday. So my sister's asked me if I was going to go, and I'm like, I'm not sure, because, well, I mean, as a vegan, and my daughter being vegetarian, we are used to eating before we go to any family event, or any get together. Because we know there probably will not, for sure, there won't be anything that I can eat there. But my daughter being vegetarian, she has more options. So we always eat before we go. If we do go, you know, obviously we're gonna eat before we go. But she wants to go because when she's done eating, she wants to go visit my aunt. And so she's like, we should go and visit her, and I'm, you know, and she's right. She's right. I should go visit her. But the problem that I have going to visit her is this. I'm really, really afraid of that house. Like, I think that every time I go near that house, I feel this, you know, you have that feeling like when you're about to do something, you're like, you better not do that. I have that feeling like something bad is going to happen. I have a really, really bad feeling There's a lot of bad things in that house. Okay. The back room is where whoever stays there has said they have seen horrible things in there. They see a pair of red eyes in there all the time. It always smells like rotten meat in there. We all know what that means. It's always super cold in there. They hear growling and all kinds of noises in that back room. And so nobody goes back there. And then in my grandmother, well, my room that used to belong to my grandmother, you know, there's a lot of things in there as well. There's a little ghost that runs around there. She's a little girl, and she's always looking for her parents. Sometimes if you'll get up in the middle of the night and you go look, it doesn't even have to be in the middle of the night, but usually in the middle of the night, and you look, and she's by the window looking out the window, and she's like, are my parents here? Like, she's always looking for her parents. And she'll like run through the walls and stuff. And the baby that I told you I used to hear crying in my grandmother's room, my aunt says that she still hears it. I'm making a video, Jade. I'm making a video. My daughter's sending me a message from downstairs. Anyway, so yeah, she says that she still hears a baby cry, and not just her, other people that stay in the house too hear the baby crying. And I said, yeah, I mean, I always heard the baby cry. I could never find it. And anyway, so I'm not afraid of the ghosts or anything like that. It's that evil thing that's in that house. Whenever I walk on that property, just the property itself has really bad history. I mean, you guys, if y'all have seen my previous videos, y'all know. I was reading a message that my daughter had posted, or she was sending me a message about a cat. She wants a cat. She's like, I'll pick up the poop, I promise. I'm allergic to cats. I'm allergic to my dogs, but obviously my husband doesn't care about that either. Anyway, getting off subject. There's a lot of things that go on in that house. And when I get on the property itself has really bad stuff on it. And every time I go there, I get these tingly feelings all over me, like something's telling me it's just not, I don't want to go. And obviously I would have to go and see her in the house because that's where she is. So honestly, guys, I don't know what to do. I told my sister that I couldn't go because my yard man is coming on Monday, which he is. He's coming over to do the first cut after winter. And usually when the very first cut after winter he comes, it takes him a while because not only does he cut all of our yard, and that takes him a while because we have a big yard, he also cleans all the flower beds, 2 flower beds in the back and the 2 in the front. And he's gonna lay down some new, we get black mulch put down, and he's gonna re-mulch all the yard and mulch the front of the trees, like around there, and then the 2 in the front, the 2 palm trees and around there. And then he's going to you know, trim everything, like the bushes and everything. And so usually that takes him a while when he comes the very first time after winter. So I don't even know, but it's been raining like crazy today. It's going to rain tomorrow, so it may be too wet for him to come because he comes in that big machine, you know, the riding mower, because we have a big property. So he comes with that riding mower, and since we have like 54 trees, the ground stays really soft because the sun doesn't dry it right away. So he may have to wait. In that case, I could go. But I don't, if I go, I will have to go see her inside the house. I will have to go in the house to see her. And that's something that I'm just not sure that I can do. In all my intuition is telling me, no girl, don't you go. The compassion part of me is telling me I need to go, because here's the thing, like, you know, when you've been told that someone has time left, in her case, she has 2 weeks left. Do I go and see her and make amends, even though she doesn't know, unless someone's told her from here until, you know, from the time she's left the hospital until, you know, I go see her. Do I go in and just make amends and just like, you know, to see her and give her my love and support regardless of what she said about me and how she feels about me and the lies and all that? Do I still go? Yes, I should. I should. That's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. That's the most compassionate thing to do. And I say compassionate because I am a very compassionate person. So I'm really torn apart on what's the right thing. Like, you know what? It's not that I don't know the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to go. But I am scared to go in that house. I am. I'm sorry, guys. My face itches. You all know the routine. Allergies. It's because I'm allergic to my dog, so I'm always sick. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I really don't. I really don't know what to do. And then she's going to pass away, and I would have not done the right thing. I would not have gone to see her, and I'm going to feel completely guilty. More guilty than I feel right now, because I feel guilty because I've been hating on her all this time. And I shouldn't say hate. I've been totally disliking her all this time. Not wishing her well. Literally not wishing her well. I'm saying karma's going to get her. Karma's going to get her. And I meant every word of it. I did. I still do, but not to this point. And I know this is something that can't be helped. I mean, you know, I didn't do this and I didn't wish this on her. But I just feel bad because I feel like I contributed to the negative vibes sent to her. And I didn't intentionally send any vibes to her. I mean, like, you know, I did something to her. I just, you know, was just upset with her, you know. You know, and another thing is, like, after she passes away, nobody's going to live in that house but her husband. And then where is all of those things going to go? Like, all my family's things, you know, like, we don't even know her husband really well. You know, and actually, I don't know him at all. I don't even know his name. Isn't that terrible? I don't even know his name. And I want pictures of my family, you know. Pictures of my grandmother, you know, for my book. And for my girls, you know. I'm working on an ancestor book for my children. I would love to have photos of my grandmother other than the ones that I have. I would love some of her when she was younger, of my aunts. My grandmother had 15 children. And how do I not know all of them? You know, where are all those things going to go? Who's going to have all those photos? He won't care about them. You know, and then it just, you know, you guys know why I wanted the book, okay? You guys know why I wanted the book in the very beginning, okay? Y'all know why it's important to me. But in that book, my grandmother, I'm thinking it's in the book, my brother, I have 6 brothers. So one of my older brothers, when he was young, he had asthma. He had horrible asthma, right? But I don't know what they consider horrible, because I have asthma, and I don't know if we had the same type, and it was just awful for him because back then there wasn't the treatment that I had when I was, you know, growing up. I don't know. Anyway, he had awful asthma, and my mom said that he was always in the hospital. So my grandmother told her to go and buy an animal, a cat or a dog, something that he could sleep with. So she went and got him a little dog, like a little chihuahua. Then my grandmother came over and she spent some time with the dog and with my brother. And then like some time passed and the dog died one day. And so my mom told my grandmother that the dog had died. Because she told my mom, let me know when the dog dies. And so my mom goes, but it's a baby, why would this die? You know, blah, 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 you know. Anyway, so the dog died. And my grandmother came and she took the dog. And she told my mom that she had passed on she had passed the illness from my brother to the dog. She transferred the illness, right? That's what she said. And I was like, do you, I mean, like, just to have that. My daughter, my oldest daughter has problems with horrible fibroids, like really, really bad. And not only that, but my mother is terminally ill with cancer as well. And maybe it wouldn't cure my mother, but maybe it could buy her some time, you know? I don't know. And definitely help my daughter. You know, my daughter is young and she wants children, and these fibroids are just, I'm not gonna talk about her condition because it's private and it's hers, but she doesn't deserve to have to deal with this. She's young, she wants a family, and you know, so anyway, I will let y'all know what I decide to do, but I would like y'all to leave me some advice. Like, what do y'all think I should do? I should go see her, because if I don't and something happens, I'm gonna have so much guilt. I feel guilty right now for like not wishing her well all this time. Ugh. But I have to go in that house, and I'm really scared of that house. I really am. I feel like there's something there just waiting. And then I have my own daughter that I need to think about. Like, you know, like, I'm gonna have my daughter with me, so what do I do with her? You know, I'm not gonna take her in there. No way. You know, and so I don't, it's all pointing to no. But I'm gonna have to deal with the guilt, because I'm gonna go and see her. I'm gonna go to her funeral when I know that I could have went and saw her and pay respects to her before she passes away. Such a hard call, guys. I really am just kind of like torn. I don't know what to do. Alright, guys, as always, I love y'all all, and blessed be. Bye.